Hi, I'm Robert Macheko, co-founder of the INSEAD AI community and the founder of the Board AI Institute. I've spent over 20 years advising CEOs and boards and governments at McKinsey, BCG, and Oliver Wyman. I've seen a lot of tech waves come and go. What's happening this week is different. If you lead people, run a business, or are building a career, this is an update you can't afford to skip. Point one, the capability leap. Three things landed this week, and we just got some surprise news. Anthropic released Claude Opus 4.6 and added it to its popular Claude code that people use for many things. OpenAI released Codex 5.3, which works in similar ways. And just as I was set to record, Sam Altman said the OpenClaw founder is joining OpenAI. And Google this week dropped Deep Think, which scored 84.6% on a reasoning test humans average 60% on. So, did Google solve intelligence? What are mere humans like us to do? Deep Think hit gold medal level in physics, chemistry, and math olympiads. So some of the hardest tests out there. Professors are now saying openly these systems are better than their best PhD students. But here's the part you should be paying attention to. OpenAI's documentation disclosed their latest model was instrumental in creating itself. It debugged its own training and managed its own deployment. The AI helped build itself. That already happened. Matt Schumer, an AI startup CEO, wrote an essay that went viral. He compared this moment to February 2020, 3 weeks before the world shut down. Do you remember COVID? His argument, we're in a similar, this seems overblown phase of something much bigger. Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei has said AI models substantially smarter than almost all humans at almost all tasks, at least online ones, are on track for 2026 or 2027. Now, take a look at the calendar. That's this year or next year. Point two, China. And here's maybe the most uncovered story this week. 5 Chinese AI labs shipped frontier models in a single week. ByteDance, which makes TikTok, put out a model that matches Western models on nearly every benchmark at 1/10 the price. People said that the US would maintain its lead because China can't get the latest NVIDIA chips. That thesis is looking shaky. Chinese AI has caught up at dramatically lower cost, and that changes every assumption about competitive moats and vendor lock-in. Point three, markets and jobs. The stock market is starting to price this in. Software companies saw a major sell-off. Legal tech stocks dropped. Microsoft's AI chief says most white-collar work will be automated within 18 months. 18 months. Now, this is not some random AI influencer. This is the chief of AI at Microsoft. If anyone knows about what people do at work, it's Microsoft. We're talking about lawyers, accountants, project managers, marketers. One bright spot, IBM announced it will triple entry-level hiring this year, triple. But the jobs are completely redesigned. Junior developers now spend less time coding, which AI handles, and more time with customers. IBM's HR chief put it bluntly, the entry-level jobs from 2 to 3 years ago, AI can do most of them. You have to rewrite every job. Point four, safety and regulation. While the tech accelerates, the guardrails are coming off. This week, safety researchers quit from 3 major US labs more or less at the same time. At Anthropic, the leader of the safeguards research team warned publicly that the world is in peril and that he'd repeatedly seen how hard it is to let values govern actions when commercial pressures mount. At OpenAI, a researcher quit the day ads launched in ChatGPT and warned that OpenAI had built an archive of human candor with no precedents. So people were sharing everything with their chatbot. And that OpenAI is now building an economic engine with incentives to override its own rules. OpenAI also started asking users this week to share their contact lists with ad personalization using your conversations by default. At XAI, half the founding team is gone. Already, former employees say the safety team has been disbanded entirely. So this is Elon Musk's XAI, huge AI lab, apparently worth $250 billion, serving the Department of War and other parts of the US government. No safety team. Point 5, productivity paradox. There's a real question emerging about whether AI is making us more productive or just more busy. Harvard Business School published research this week arguing that AI intensifies work rather than reducing it. AI amplifies who you already are. If you use it intentionally, you can have extraordinary returns. I've experienced that. Perhaps you've experienced that as well. Use it on autopilot, you just produce more noise faster. AI slop. So here's the uncomfortable reality. According to EY's review of the Fortune 100 for 2025, only 48% of boards even say that they're managing AI proactively as a whole. We are in the fastest tech transformation in history, and most organizations are watching from the sidelines. I am pro AI. This tech will create extraordinary value, and in many cases, it already has. But its development is not managed at global level the way we manage industries like aviation, pharma, financial services. Right now, a handful of people, billionaires often, running the biggest labs are making decisions that affect all of us. And you may or may not agree with the way they're doing it. The safety researchers who are supposed to be the internal check, they just walked out the door. AI governance is not about slamming the brakes. If you do that, you and your organization may well be left quite behind. Corporate leaders have to accelerate on AI, have to upskill their organizations, but they have to do that with guardrails so that the AI is a force for good. I'm Robert Macheko. Check out the rest of the AI news you missed. There is a lot, and this week it is required reading. Thanks.